Hi, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about polymorphism with functions and objects. Here is my class called dog, and then inside this class, we are having a function called sound. And whenever this sound function is called, this message is going to be printed. Dog barks, okay? Then we are having another class called cat, and whenever this function sound is called that is inside the cat class, this message is shown cat mews. So this is the cat class. Inside that we are having only one function again called sound. And then when this sound is called, this sound function is called cat mews, message is going to be printed in the output. Okay. Then we are having a polymorphic function that is going to work with different objects that we call animal here, for example, okay? And using that object, we are going to call the corresponding sound function. So sound function was something in the dog class and the cat class. Okay, but how can we work with this polymorphic function? Let me illustrate it with an example. Here, I'm having a list of different animal objects. Okay, so a list containing instances of dog and cat, our classes. Okay, so here before that we were having, for example, animals equals the name of the name of the class and then empty parentheses. Okay, this is how we can use we can create an object of the dog class. But here we are having the same name, but it's a list containing objects of two classes, dog and cat. Okay, so it's a list of objects, or let's say instances of dog class and cat class. Okay, then we are going to iterate through this list. In order to iterate, we are having a for loop. So we are saying our iterating variable is called animal, let's say. And we are saying for each animal inside this animals list, just call the make sound function and pass the object, the animal, okay? So let me illustrate it here. We are going to loop over this list, and it has two objects inside of it. So basically what we are going to do, we are going to have the make sound function to be called. The first time the make sound function is called, and inside parentheses we are going to have the animal. And this animal is the object that created from the dog class in the first iteration, because the first element in this list is relevant to the dog class. And then we are going to call the make sound function again with our iterating variable that is called animal, but this time animal equals the cat. So it is like this. So animal equal dog. And here it's like animal equal cat. Okay. So we are iterating through this list. It has two elements. In the first iteration, we are calling the make sound function with the animal object, and the animal object in the first iteration is declared like this to be an object of the dog class. In the second iteration, it is an object of the cat class. So when we call this function, what happens? We're calling this function and passing the object. And that object is used to call the sound function. So in the first iteration, because animal is an object of the dog class, we are having animal.sound. Therefore, this sound function is called, which is from the dog class. And in the second iteration, Animal object is from the cat class. When we call the make sound function, we are passing that animal object from the cat class. And then we are using that object to call the sound function, which is inside the cat class this time because we are using an object of the cat class. So cat mews is shown in the output. So when I run this code, we see dog barks and cat mews. Okay, so firstly, this function is called as we expected and explained. And secondly, this function is called and this message is printed in the output. So this is how actually in Python we can work with polymorphism with functions and objects. So let me review it one more time. We have a class called dog. It has a function called sound. Whenever this sound function is called, this message is being printed, dog barks. And we are having another class called cat. It has the same function name. And whenever this sound function is called, this message is printed in the output, cat mews. Then we are defining a polymorphic function that works with different objects, okay? But before diving into this function, we are going to talk about what we do here. So we are creating a list of different objects of the dog and the cat classes. And then we are iterating through that list of objects. So for each animal in this list, we are calling the make sound function and pass the object as argument. So in the first iteration, we are going to have like initializing an object like this. So animal equals dog, which is the way that we were using so far to create an object. So animal is now an object of the dog class, and this is used, this animal is used to call the make sound function. So make sound function is called, and that animal, which is an object of the dog class, is passed. So we are using that object to call the sound function, which is this function, and dog barks is printed in the output because whenever the sound function is called, dog barks message is shown in the output. Then we are having the second iteration where animal equals the cat. It means that we are creating an object from the cat class, and then we are passing it to this make sound function, and we are using the object of the cat class to call the sound function, which is this function, and it says cat mews. Okay, and this message is shown in the output. So this is how actually we can work with polymorphic functions and also having polymorphism with functions and objects. Thank you for watching.